If you're a fan of country music, odds are the news of Joe Diffie's passing hit you particularly hard. Diffie was an accomplished country music singer who released a ton of hit singles over the years. From 1990 to 2004, Diffie released 35 singles featured on the Billboard Hot Country Song chart. 5 of those singles rose to number 1, including Home, If the Devil Danced, In Empty Pockets, Third Rock from the Sun, Pick Up Man, and Bigger Than the Beatles. He released 7 studio albums, a Christmas album, and a greatest hits album. Diffie announced through his publicist that he tested positive for COVID-19 on March 27. He remained in critical condition from the disease for 2 days, and he died on March 29 at the age of 61. Devotees of the hit arrangement Top Chef are in grieving after the demise of observed Indian-American chef Floyd Cardoz. The capable cook was the victor of Top Chef Masters in 2011 and was notable for his numerous enterprising attacks in the realm of gourmet nourishment. Notwithstanding his time before the cameras for Top Chef Masters, Cardoz was the official culinary specialist at New York City's Bowla and Tabla diners. Cardoz made a trip from Mumbai to New York through Frankfurt toward the beginning of March. He before long became sick and tried positive for COVID-19. He kicked the bucket from intricacies of the infection on March 25 at a medical clinic in New Jersey. Cardoz was 59 years of age at the hour of his demise. In spite of the fact that she might not have been also known to individuals outside the universe of news, Maria Mercader was a main thrust in news and revealing for CBS, where she worked for over 3 decades. Mercader started her expert vocation in 1987 as a page at CBS. Mercader won an Emmy Award for her work as a maker, and she climbed the positions at CBS to turn into the Director of Talent Strategy in 2016. For over 2 decades, Mercader battled malignant growth and different ailments, and when she went to a clinic in New York City for treatment, she capitulated to COVID-19 at that area and died on March 29 at 54 years old. Terrence McNally was a noticeable writer, screenwriter, and librettist, who was regularly depicted as the minstrel of American theater. He was viewed as one of the best contemporary dramatists of the American theater, and he earned that differentiation through 56 years of work in the field. He got the desired Tony Award for Best Play for 2 of his works, and the Tony Award for Best Book of a Musical for another 2. He additionally earned an Emmy, 2 Guggenheim Fellowships, and a few other venue grants all through his vocation. He is most likely most popular for Kiss of the Spider Woman and Jazz, however he composed many plays, shows, and theater pieces. His work is played the world over, and his passing was a hit to everybody who adores the theater. On March 24, he died following entanglements from COVID-19 of Everett Emergency Clinic in Florida. He was 81 at the hour of his passing. Princess Maria Theresa of Bourbon-Parma was a French-Spanish individual from the House of Bourbon-Parma, which is a cadet part of the Spanish royal family. She consumed her time on Earth attempting to promote social causes as a dissident, which earned her the epithet Red Princess. She was a monarchist, and she unfortunately holds the qualification of being the principal individual from an illustrious family beyond words. COVID-19. Conceived in 1933 in Paris, Princess Maria Theresa spent her childhood in different strongholds and tuition-based schools. She was a dissident in the territories of ladies' privileges and other significant issues. On March 27, Princess Maria Theresa kicked the bucket at 86 years old from inconveniences welcomed on by COVID-19. She was the main regal to pass on from the sickness, however she wasn't the just one tainted, as Prince Charles fought the ailment with just mellow manifestations. He stayed in self-segregation for a week and luckily endured. People may not promptly perceive the name Nasham Wooden, yet it's not on the grounds that he wasn't well known, it's because of individuals being progressively acquainted with his drag sovereign persona, Mona Foote. Wooden built up his drag persona in the late 1980s, and he acknowledged RuPaul as an early coach in his initial drag profession. RuPaul helped him colossally by showing him how to apply cosmetics, which helped him land a job as Mona Foote in an off-Broadway creation called My Pet Homo. Curiously, he concocted the persona while filling in as a director in a Manhattan men's apparel office at Patricia Field's boutique. Wooden eliminated his Mona Foote character in his later life, and keeping in mind that he tested positive for HIV, he had an imperceptible viral burden. That disease didn't seem, by all accounts, to be the reason for his demise, as he passed on because of inconveniences from COVID-19 in New York City on March 23. He was 50 at the hour of his demise. Emmanuel Njoku Manu Dibango was a Cameroonian artist who was notable in the realm of jazz, as he was a noticeable lyricist and saxophonist. Dibango's profession spread over 6 decades, comprising of various hits. However, he is likely most popular for his 1972 single Soul Makasa. That hit would later be inspected by Michael Jackson, Kanye West, and a lot progressively unmistakable artists all around the globe. Dibango's vocation started at 15 years old after he moved to Paris soon after World War II. He played saxophone and piano and immediately turned into a standard in the European jazz circuit. Updates on Dibango's disease went ahead his Facebook page, which noted he was hospitalized with a contamination from COVID-19 on March 18. His Facebook page affirmed the next week that he died on March 24 from the infection at 86 years old. Italy is one of the hardest hit countries where COVID-19 is concerned, and it appears no one is protected from contamination. Lucia Bose was a conspicuous on-screen character in her local Italy, where she rose to notoriety during the time of Italian neorealism, which commenced during the 1950s. She initially worked in a bread kitchen, yet in 1947, she won the second release of the Miss Italia Magnificence Challenge, which propelled her profession as an entertainer. She featured in a few champion jobs through the mid-1950s, topping in 1955 preceding reaching a conclusion. She is the mother of acclaimed Spanish artist Miguel Bose and was an all-around regarded entertainer for a mind-blowing duration. On March 23, she died from pneumonia confounded by a COVID-19 disease. She was 89 at the hour of her passing. Daniel Agelé was a comic book craftsman and instructor who was notable and regarded all through Brazil. His work was profoundly respected in the craftsmanship network, and he is likely most popular for his youngsters' arrangement, Turma do Lam Lam. Agelé was conceived in Rio de Janeiro and brought up in Ipanema, an area situated in the southern pieces of the city. At 21 years old, he made a paper strip called Capintao Sipo, and only 5 years after the fact, he propelled Turma do Lam Lam. He led workmanship workshops with a large number of youngsters and grown UPS, and in 2009, he facilitated an attracting class online to help considerably more individuals get familiar with his art. Agelé passed on in his old neighborhood of Rio de Janeiro at 72 years old. He was hospitalized for about 14 days for leukemia treatment, and keeping in mind that he was tainted with COVID-19, which caused inconveniences, taking his life. For most famous people, their acclaim is set up during their lifetime. However, for a few, that differentiation is just conceded after death. That is unquestionably valid for Dr. Li Wenliang, a Chinese ophthalmologist who worked at Wuhan Central Hospital in China. In December 2019, Wenliang started cautioning his associates about a potential flare-up of a sickness that took after SARS. That ailment was later named COVID-19, making Dr. Wenliang the principal doctor to raise the ready that the infection was going to cause issues. Dr. Wenliang basically turned into an informant where the infection was concerned, and he paid for it. On January 3, he was scolded by the Wuhan police for offering bogus remarks on the internet. He returned to work and later gotten the infection from a patient. Dr. Wenliang died on February 7 at 33 years old. And I wish them peace of mind.